This stars Chris Evans, Hugo Weaving, Haley Atwell, and Tommy Lee Jones, and it is directed by Joe Johnston. We've been bombarded by a lot of Marvel comic superhero movies, and it's all been tie-ins for the upcoming Avengers film. And while I do love these films, it's getting a bit too much, I'm afraid to say, which is hard for me to say being a movie lover. This isn't the best one that they've released this year, but it isn't the worst. It's somewhat of a standard action film, but it is a good origin story. So in that respect, it's good, but not great.
I would agree that it's good, not great. I thought the first half of the movie was strong, going through the origin of Captain America. I thought it was a fun story, and at times had some good comedy moments as well. Once he became Captain America, then the action and things it was pretty standard. Certainly the actors do a good job, but at times the script fails them. Not that it's bad, but it just doesn't do anything special. And the story, of course, has a pretty standard plot and a pretty standard ending. So overall, I'm like you. I think that while it's great to get all these stories out there in preparation for the Avengers, certainly this is no Iron Man, nor is it a Thor. Both those movies I thought really distinguished themselves above a lot of these Marvel comic movies, and this one is good, but just average.
His story is that he gets this juice pumped in him, and then he becomes a propaganda piece, and the action doesn't really start till later in the film. And while there is good action in this film, I was expecting a bit more. The acting is fine. Chris Evans was a decent choice, and Joe Johnston, I think, is a good choice for the director. I think that he has experience in these films. And Hugo Weaving did a good job with the Red Skull. However, he wasn't the most scary of villains, if put it that way. So overall, I will say this is probably a 3 out of 5 for me, and we saw this in XD 3D. And like a lot of films, the 3D added really nothing. It was sort of a way to get you to have the effect when the shield comes at you.
I would agree that 3D didn't do a whole lot for this movie. At times I noticed it, but I didn't think it really changed the game. I enjoyed Tommy Lee Jones' character in this movie. I thought he did a real nice job, and I thought he really added to the equation overall. The movie's set during the Second World War, and those of you that know the Captain America story probably know about his origins, but he's an experiment, and they're trying to take a normal person, in his case, a bit of a weakling, and turn them into a super soldier. The goal being to create an army of super soldiers that ultimately could fight the Nazis and win World War II. Captain America does an enormous amount by himself with a small hand picked group of cohorts, but again, at the end of the day, it's a decent film, but nothing really special. I am interested in the Avengers movie, but it just didn't grab me like the Iron Man movies did. I'm going to go 2.5 stars. I think it was okay, but again, nothing special.